Imagine every second of your life compressed into a single grain of sand. Every second, every moment you've ever experienced compressed into one tiny grain of sand. Now imagine every grain of sand on every beach on Earth, every desert, every ocean floor, every sandstone cliff, and every eroding riverbank. Pile it all together. That still would not be enough grains to represent some of the time scales the universe deals with routinely. Here is the problem humanity has never solved. We are good at understanding time we can feel, like a day, a year, a lifetime. We are reasonably good at imagining a few generations back, grandparents, and a few centuries of history. But beyond that, the human brain simply stops working correctly. Numbers become words, and they stop feeling real. A million years and a billion years sound similar when you say them out loud, even though one is 1,000 times larger. And the universe exploits that weakness completely. The universe does not deal in centuries or millennia. It deals in timescales so vast that everything humanity has ever done fits inside a margin of rounding error. The problem is not that space is too big. The problem is that time is too old. Once you truly understand these numbers, you may never look at existence the same way again. Here are 7 horrifying timescales the human brain was never designed to process. Number 7. Human civilization, about 5,000 years. Let us start small with something that feels ancient. 5,000 years ago, the Egyptians built pyramids, and the first cities rose in Mesopotamia. Writing was invented, wheels were used, and kings established the first dynasties. 5,000 years feels like an eternity when we say ancient history. 5,000 years of wars, empires, discoveries, art, science, religion, and philosophy. Everything from the first pharaoh to the modern smartphone fits inside this window. It feels enormous. But now consider this. There are trees alive today that are older than human civilization. Methuselah, a bristlecone pine in California, is over 4,800 years old and was mature when the pyramids were built. That tree watched the entire span of recorded human history and is still alive right now. The Roman Empire, which lasted over 1,000 years, was already young compared to that tree. 5,000 years, in cosmic terms, is not ancient at all. If Earth's history were compressed into a single calendar year, human civilization would appear in the final 17 seconds before midnight on the 31st of December. 17 seconds for everything humans ever built and done. History is not old. It is newborn. Number 6. The Ice Age cycles around 100,000 years. 100,000 years is 20 times the span of human civilization. A number so large the brain quietly gives up and accepts the label. 100,000 years ago, there were no cities or agriculture, only small bands of hunter-gatherers. Europe was under ice, and the Sahara was lush and green, with sea levels much lower. Animals we have not seen, like woolly mammoths and giant ground sloths, roamed the earth. And here is the horrifying part. This was just one cycle, in a repeating pattern that has run for millions of years. Every 100,000 years or so, Earth's climate undergoes massive resets as ice ages advance and retreat. Ice ages advance, covering continents under kilometers of ice, and then they retreat, rinse, and repeat. We are currently living in a warm interglacial period, a brief thaw between ice ages. The last ice age ended roughly 12,000 years ago. All of human civilization, everything from the first farms to the modern world, has been built during this temporary warmth. The next ice age will come. Maybe not for tens of thousands of years, maybe altered by human activity. But the cycle isn't finished. It's just paused. Entire ecosystems rise and collapse between these cycles. Species evolve specifically for the cold, thrive for tens of thousands of years, and then go extinct when the warmth returns. The whole process repeats before anything resembling human history has time to develop. Humanity lives between the breaths of Earth's climate system, and we've only been here for one exhale. Number 5. The evolution of modern humans. 300,000 years. Go back 300,000 years. That is roughly when Homo sapiens, anatomically modern humans, people essentially identical to you and everyone you've ever met, first appeared on Earth. 300,000 years of our species existing on this planet. And for the vast majority of that time, nothing that we would recognize as civilization existed. For roughly 295,000 of those 300,000 years, humans lived in small groups. No writing, no agriculture, no permanent settlements, no metal tools. Just people moving through landscapes, hunting, gathering, surviving, dying. The cognitive revolution, the moment when human culture, art, symbolic thinking, and complex language truly exploded, happened only around 50,000 years ago. Cave paintings, musical instruments, complex burial rituals, long-distance trade networks. The things that make humans feel genuinely human. That's 50,000 years out of 300,000, and civilization itself only represents the final 5,000. Now put all 300,000 years of human existence against the age of Earth. If Earth's entire history were a single 24-hour day, humans appear at 11 hours, 59 minutes, and 58 seconds p.m., 2 seconds before midnight. Not 2 minutes, not 2 hours, 2 seconds. Every ancestor you've ever had, every generation going back to the first Homo sapiens, 299,000 years of human struggle and survival and love and loss. 2 seconds. We arrived at the final moment of the movie. After 4.5 billion years of buildup, humans showed up in the closing credits. Number 4. The Dinosaur Empire. 66 million to 230 million years ago. Now the numbers start getting truly uncomfortable. 66 million years ago, a rock roughly 10 kilometers wide hit what is now the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. The impact released energy equivalent to billions of nuclear weapons. The sky darkened, temperatures plummeted, ecosystems collapsed, and the dinosaurs, which had ruled this planet for 165 million years, went extinct. 165 million years. Let that breathe for a moment. Dinosaurs were the dominant land animals on Earth for 165 million years. They evolved, diversified, adapted, and thrived across a span of time so vast that the entire history of mammals fits comfortably inside it with room to spare. Modern humans have existed for 300,000 years. Dinosaurs existed for 550 times longer than that. If you compressed the dinosaurs' reign into a single year, humans would appear in the final 16 hours. That's how long dinosaurs ruled. And they didn't see the end coming. A rock fell from space, the sky closed, and in geological terms, they were gone almost instantly. The universe routinely erases dominant species. It did it to the dinosaurs without hesitation. It has no particular reason to treat us differently. Number 3. The age of complex life. 540 million years before the dinosaurs, before mammals, before fish crawled onto land. There was a moment roughly 540 million years ago that paleontologists call the Cambrian explosion. In a geologically brief window, complex animal life appeared and diversified at an extraordinary rate. Eyes evolved, shells evolved, predators evolved. The basic body plans for nearly every major animal group alive today appeared within a span of roughly 20 million years. Before the Cambrian explosion, life on Earth was mostly simple. After it, Earth was suddenly alive with complexity. And this moment happened 540 million years ago. 540 million years of complex animal life on this planet. Creatures with eyes have been looking at this world for 540 million years. Things with nervous systems have been feeling pain and responding to their environment for 540 million years. Predators have been chasing prey for 540 million years. All of that happened before anything resembling a human stepped onto the stage. Nature didn't wait for us. Nature practiced without us, refined without us, evolved without us, for the overwhelming majority of complex life's history on this planet. We did not arrive to a world that needed us. We arrived to a world that had been running perfectly fine for 540 million years and simply hadn't gotten around to producing us yet. Number 2. The Age of Earth, 4.54 billion years. 4.5 billion years ago, a cloud of gas and dust rotating around a young star began to collapse under gravity. Debris clumped together, rocks collided and merged, heat built up, and slowly, over millions of years, a planet formed. Our planet. 4.54 billion years old. For the first 500 million years, Earth was a hellscape. Oceans of magma, constant asteroid bombardment, an atmosphere of toxic gases, temperatures that would kill anything alive today. Then, somewhere around 3.8 billion years ago, something extraordinary happened. Life began. Not complex life, not animals, not even cells with nuclei, just self-replicating chemical processes, microscopic organisms so simple they make bacteria look sophisticated. And for the next 3 billion years, that's all there was. 3 billion years of microbial life. No animals, no plants, no ecosystems in any recognizable sense, just microbes in the ocean, slowly changing the chemistry of the planet. Slowly building up oxygen in the atmosphere, slowly preparing Earth for something more. 3 billion years of preparation. For us. And even after complex life appeared after the Cambrian explosion, after the dinosaurs, after everything human still did not arrive until the final fraction of a percent of Earth's history. Most of Earth's story happened without anything that could witness it, record it, remember it, or care about it. We inherited a world whose history was already nearly finished. Number 1. The age of the universe, 13.8 billion years. The age of the universe. 13.8 billion years ago, everything that exists, all matter, all energy, all space, all time itself, erupted from a single point in an event we call the Big Bang. In the first few minutes, the lightest elements formed. In the first few 100 million years, the first stars ignited. In the first billion years, the first galaxies assembled. Our own galaxy formed roughly 13 billion years ago. Our sun formed roughly 4.6 billion years ago, and Earth formed shortly after. Here is the thought that should genuinely unsettle you. The universe is young. Most of the stars that will ever exist have not formed yet. The stelliferous era, the age of stars, will continue for roughly 100 trillion years. Everything that has happened so far has occurred in roughly the first 0.014% of that era. We are not near the end of the universe's story. We are in the opening sentence of the first chapter. The final horror. Heat death after 100 trillion years of stars burning across the cosmos. The last stars will exhaust their fuel. The sky will go dark. White dwarfs will cool. Neutron stars will spin in silence. Brown dwarfs will drift through darkness. Then comes the black hole era. Even black holes slowly evaporate through Hawking radiation. Eventually, the final black hole disappears. And there is nothing. No stars, no planets, no galaxies, no life, no memory, Just a cold, dark, maximally disordered universe stretching infinitely in every direction. This is heat death, the final state of everything. Not a dramatic explosion, not a collapse, just a slow fading across timescales so vast that the entire history of the universe would be invisible against them. Here is what all of this means. You exist during the rarest, most improbable window in all of cosmic history. Stars are burning, planets exist, life is possible, minds can exist and wonder about the universe they inhabit. One day, the last star will burn out, the last black hole will evaporate, the last source of usable energy will disappear. The universe is not primarily large, it is old. And it will become so old that everything we know will eventually become an undetectable whisper buried inside a number so large it has no name. And that is the most terrifying realization of all. The universe is not running out of space, it is running out of time. And it started running out the moment it began.